Have you ever been playing Valorant, picked up a skin and thought, wow, this is really cute. I wonder what it would look like as a sim? Well, today I'm starting my series of turning Valorant skins into sims, which includes creating the sim, decorating their bedroom, entirely inspired by their bundle. Today I'm starting off with the Mystbloom bundle, so I'm keeping it very florally, dreamy, magical. So let's see how I do, guys. So, starting off by creating the sim for Mystbloom, I'm imagining something elegant and powerful, but still classy and cute. I'm going with like a softer kind of vibe for her to match the dreamy floral name. Our sim is going to be called Mystbloom at the end of the day. I'm sticking with the pink variant, although when decorating the bedroom, I may consider putting in some purples, lavenders, just to, tie it in with the bundle. I'm curious to know what you guys like better. Do you like the pink version or the purple variant of the Mystbloom skin? Let me know! So the reason why I had this idea is because I need to make loads of sims. This save file is my forever save. I'm using the save file created by Seriously Sims, which has all the lots bulldozed, and it's basically like you're starting from scratch. My save is going to be a long-term generational gameplay kind of save. So all of my sims are going to start off as university students. I'll place them into uni housing or dorms that I've built myself, and I'll play them out through their university years. So right now I've only built university housing, 2 houses and 2 dormitories. Once they graduate, they'll move out, start their own lives, careers, families, and then when their kids grow up, those sims will go off to uni, live in student housing, and the cycle will just continue. So it's basically just going to be a generational loop of uni, adulthood, family. To help everything progress when I'm not actively playing a household, I'm using MC Command Center for sim progression. That way my sims can still carry on doing things while I'm not playing them, so once I go back to them it'll be like a nice surprise to see what they've gotten up to. I still have neighborhood stories on right now, which is a bit annoying because my sims keep traveling outside of their lots, and considering I'm still like in the process of making my sims, it's kind of annoying going into the world, my sims just being randomly somewhere. Like, why are you not at home? So I should probably turn that off because I don't want them to do anything while I'm still in the cast portion of my save. So yeah, I'm still tweaking the balance between MC Command Center progression and neighborhood stories to get things running smoothly. Let me know if you have any tips, because this is my first time using MC Command Center. Normally when I play the sims, like, I'll make my sims, have them do a tiny bit of stuff, and then I'll just forget about it. That's why I was like, I need to make a forever save file. The dorms that I've built right now have so many rooms, and I really want this save file to just be my sims. I need to figure out how to get rid of NPCs like permanently. They still keep popping up, even though like I have it so that the only NPCs that can spawn in are from my library. I don't have a lot of sims in my library, but I still keep getting random people, and it's kind of annoying because I want it to just be my sims. Hopefully once I continue making more sims, like the NPCs will like slowly fade out. I don't really know how MC Command Center works again, so please let me know if you know how to figure that out. So these are the outfits. We've got the everyday outfit, the work outfit, sports outfit, party outfit, hot day outfit, nightwear. I did not show the winter or cold outfit, but it's literally just the same thing as this with a jacket on top. So now we're picking attributes. I decided that her aspiration should be inner peace. I feel like that makes the most sense. It's Mystbloom. I feel like it's a very nature kind of inspired character. So the characteristics that I've chose are apothecary and life in nature, because Mystbloom feels like someone who knows a lot about plants. And I also added fitness because I feel like that really ties with the inner peace kind of thing. You need that balance in your life. You need to take care of yourself, and I feel like Mystbloom is a very healthy kind of gal. She's, she appreciates the things around her, including her body, and she wants to take care of herself. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but my game is actually in French, and if that's confused you, same, because I am still learning. I'm using Sim still in French just because I thought it would be a good idea since there's a lot of verbs and stuff when you play your Sims. So at the moment it's not been helping a lot because I've not actively been playing my Sims, but hopefully once I do, I'll get a lot better. Especially right now because I accidentally put that she likes pranks, or speaking about pranks, because I thought it was powers. I might have to change that, or I might just let it roll, see what happens. Maybe she's a right prankster, you never know. So for her main attributes, I put that she's generous, she loves nature, and that she's a vegetarian. I had to contemplate that one a bit, but I feel like it makes sense, right? Moving on to my favorite part, designing the room. This is how my dorms are looking right now. Very plain, very simple. I'm starting off with the bathroom just because I feel like that would be easiest. Silly me, forgot to put mirrors in the bathroom, so I think this is just going to be the mirror that I'm using for all of them. Stay tuned to find out. You can tune in on YouTube and Twitch, guys. Okay, I'm adding plants because I feel like if you're Mystbloom and you don't have plants, are you really a Mystbloom? Like, it's in the name. Get it? Yeah. I feel like it's so typical to like add loads of clutter to rooms when decorating them, but I recently installed a lot of skincare CC and most of it is already pink, which is great because it matches the colour scheme that I'm going for. And I feel like it's a staple to just have all your skincare on your sink, especially when you're living in a dorm. Like, where else is it meant to go? I've kind of just placed everything on the sink for now, and then I will rearrange it later because with the move objects sheet, you can't really move things freely on surfaces. You have to place everything, move the surface, and then place everything mid-air, and then move the surface underneath the objects. So I've gone and fixed that, and as we can tell, it looks a lot better than it was before. I love it. So I'm quickly just adding like a towel, just so, you know, it makes sense. It's a bathroom, it needs a towel. It's kind of hard to see because, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just not that good at The Sims yet, but I can't freaking like get the walls out of the way to like place things on the walls. I don't know if I'm making sense, but like I don't want it to hide that wall that I'm placing it on. I want it to hide the outside wall, but I don't know how to do that, so it's a bit difficult. I'm just replacing this incense with a mirror. I feel like it does not make sense to have incense inside a bathroom, especially at uni dorms. That's like a fire hazard or something. Now moving on to the main part of the bedroom. I'm changing the desk color to pink. This kind of does not really make sense because at least in UK uni housing or accommodation, everything's kind of just the same for everyone and you don't really get to change it. But this is a Sims, it's not real, so I don't care. This floral bedding is really nice, but I feel like this pink just matches the vibes better. Let me know what you think, maybe I will change it. So I know I made the desk pink earlier, but I feel like that pink was just very bright and not suiting, so I'm actually going to change it to this white. I feel like it's more harmonious, and I feel like the like decorations will be pink, so it would just be too much pink if I had like a pink desk and then pink items on top. I'm just adding some like dainty flowers and stuff. Once again, it's gonna look ridiculous at first because I'm just placing down the objects that I want due to the cheat kind of not working all that well, but I will fix it. So I'm just gonna add like books and other clutter because first of all, she's a sim that's trying to achieve inner peace. I know she's reading about it, I know she's researching that, as well as being a uni student. I think I've enrolled her as a literature student, so you know, she must like reading if she's studying literature. So this is how the desk is looking right now, but I do think I might add more stuff later on. So I know we spoke about fire hazards earlier, but again, this is not real life, so I don't care. So yes, I'm adding candles above her bed. I mean, it's not like an illegal move in The Sims, because I know you can't add like kitchen items like cookers and things like that, because at least in the US, that's like, they don't trust their university students over there. They don't let them have cookers and things like that. But I guess they allow candles. In the UK, you're not allowed candles in your accommodation, so that's a shame. I fear this bed might not be properly functional when playing the game and when she's sleeping in it, but I'm just going for aesthetics right now. If that becomes an issue, then I will change it, but it might just look a bit funky in the game. I don't really care. I've added some dream catchers again, tying back to the inner peace. You know, I feel like she's a spiritual gal and she wants those dream catchers in her room. Now I'm just putting down a rug. I feel like this is not something I see in accommodation. Like, I've never been around to someone's dorm and they have like rugs in their dorm, but I feel like that's something I would do if I lived in accommodation. I must come out and say I'm not a uni student. I'm a bit of a poser. So I'm playing The Sims like this so I can like live my dream life through it, because I feel like uni looks really fun and stuff when I go hang out with my friends, but I feel like it's just not for me. I've never really enjoyed studying a subject for the purpose of school. I always end up hating it. I do like my creative subjects, so I used to study photography and art, but while I was doing it at school, it really, really made me hate it. Now that I'm doing it outside of school, I do like it a lot more. So I think if I were to go to university, I'd just become the most, like, depressed person ever. It's just a lot of stress and it's a lot to handle, you know. I see my friends struggling. They like have loads of deadlines to catch up to, then they've got exams, and then on top of that you have to work because life is expensive, guys. Like, especially when you're moving out for uni and you're living in accommodation, like, times get tough. Even though you get student loan, like, sometimes that's just not enough to pay for necessities. So here is the final room. I'm pretty happy with it. Do I think it could be a bit better? Maybe. I feel like I didn't really catch the Mystbloom essence all that well, but you know, there's always room for improvement, and I feel like it's best when I have other people's input. Let me know what you think I can improve. If you're interested in giving real-time advice for what I can implement for my Sims, head on over to my Twitch where I'll be live streaming my create Sims and my room decorations. It will also just be great for the support. I do have affiliate on Twitch now, so if you're interested in sending any gifts, any subs, that would really, really be appreciated. But most of all, your viewership is the most important thing to me. It will motivate me to keep going, and I'm really excited to bring you more videos like this. Thank you for watching.